That's huge.
Let me bring up one thing.
He's catching a check. He's getting a check from both sides.
All right, we got 5 minutes till we actually get to talk to him because supposedly it's the top of the hour. It's at 8:00. Now, here's the thing. I was watching this with Amanda last night. I was watching NXT. It was the Great American Bash. Okay. I literally was telling her, this is groundbreaking shit. Now, I don't even know if it's because Vince McMahon's not there anymore, running the company, and everything else. My point being is that this man, like you just said, he's a contracted wrestler in another company. But his mystique and his freaking awe and all that stuff has transcended multiple companies through a working relationship with the one and only TNA and the WWE, a.k.a. NXT. He is having a match next week on their show, live in freaking Orlando, in NXT. You have a guy who is a contracted TNA wrestler wrestling a contracted WWE wrestler. That doesn't happen.
Right.
Ever. Billy will tell you. He can attest to why this is just earth-shattering shit. It only happens when somebody fucked up. The last time I remember this happening at all was the Mike Awesome incident, where there was a guy who was the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Right? Yep. He threw down the title on live TV on the competitor's brand because he signed a contract with WCW. All right? So that way they could cover all legal basis and not get anyone fucked up with, because that was illegal what he did. And I'm talking about real. There was lawsuits aplenty that were going on. The common freaking thing that they came up with, the compromise, if you will, that they came up with was that the contracted WCW wrestler would fight a contracted ECW wrestler
contracted
WWE wrestler, at a ECW event. And it's only like, this is what that's where you would sit back as a wrestling fan and go, oh shit. Okay? Out of nowhere now, there's this working relationship with these two brands, and we're getting dream matches we never thought we'd get. Yeah. So now to get the biggest fucking thing on wrestling right now, and is possibly going to be on our program as we speak at 8 p.m.
I smell Royal Rumble.
I smell a whole bunch of stuff.
Is that what that smell is?
I also farted.
This man did 2 million views when he appeared in that Battle Royal.
Yeah.
And so that's what enticed the WWE was like, wow.
Yeah.
We got to have this guy back.
Because when I'm telling you it's the hottest thing going today, if I knew that this was booked for today, I literally would have led with that, and I don't mean to shit on Tommy Davidson. This one is more eyeballs and more ears are going to... And by the way, we're debuting on Rumble and all the other freaking things. We're on Twitter, Rumble, Instagram. We're everywhere now listening to this show. Wow. We are live as we speak through all these different formats. So what a night to be tuning into this show. Tommy Davidson and then Joe Hendry.
And he's a genuinely nice guy. We got to meet him in Albany.
Yes, we did.
Thanks to Ross, and he was...
outstanding. We did an entrance with them on stage.
Very amicable. Even outside of that, when he was leaving, he was very courteous and nice.
He's just a nice fella.
Yeah, I mean, so props for him when he gets.
Let me see if this phone number works, because it's an international, what looks like an international cell phone.
Canada 410?
No, it's like a European cell phone. So let's see. If it's not, I'm going to text them and then say, "Can you call us?"
Yeah,
let's see.
Charge him
the international fee.
The subscriber you have dialed is not in service.
Yeah, see, it's an international line, so let me see if I can get him. You
gotta put the country code.
I did put the country code.
Okay, good.
Look at the country code.
0000000.
Ah.
Yeah, how do I do that on here, though? That's the only problem. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to
just say his name, man.
And he appears.
He appears.
I wish.
He might call right now.
Hi, Mister Hendry. I'm not even going to be a dick. Hi, Mister Hendry.
It sort of reminds me of, like, in the 70s, like when Dusty would make his appearance at the Garden.
Yeah.
You know, like they would bring guys in here and there, but it wasn't a constant thing, and it wasn't televised either. It was what they used to help sell out that show that night.
Yeah, when he came in the 70s and 80s.
And then you would have...
Dusty.
the AWA and NWA, they would do like those super battles and stuff like that. Where
Super Brawls.
And you like, all right, but that was back when, you had to live in that area.
Yeah,
or
territories.
Read the book, read the magazines and the newsstands, Because today, everything's on the internet. Like, if somebody accidentally bumps into somebody, it's all over the internet. They met each other.
I liked about that. You used to read the wrestling, the pro wrestling.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
PWI.
PWI, yeah. You had Bill After, the Bill After Report.
Yep.
But that's the territory days of back in those times.
All right, so we have texted Mr. Joe Hendry. We're trying to figure out how to make this work because it's an international. The number that I have is an international number, and it's hard. We have international. We can do it. For some odd reason, it's not working that way, and I want to make sure it is.
He's in France.
No, he's not in France. He's not in Paris.
He's actually in Orlando.
He's from Scotland.
He's actually in Orlando.
Joe Hendry?
Joe Hendry. Hendry. The guy,
it's like his physically wise, he's like your average wrestler, but he has the charisma, the charm.
He's also strong as shit.
Well, yeah.
He's one of the most strongest wrestlers I've ever seen, quite frankly.
When I see his face, I forgot, he reminds me of somebody.
A good-looking man.
No, that's true.
He reminds me of a good-looking fella.
My boyfriend.
My boyfriend. He looks like my boyfriend.
All right.
Yes, what do you do here? Hold on, let's see if I can do it that way. Oh, wait, we might be able to do it this way.
What are we doing?
Hold on, we might be able to do it this way. Give me a second, because I think I might have figured it out.
You got the mechanics
Live on the
going.
fucking air, I'm doing this, baby. We're making this shit happen.
What a guy.
I think I'm calling Scotland, but I don't know.
You calling the server?
Ask for some haggis.
Give me some haggis.
And a pint.
And a pint of Guinness.
We'd have called Popeye's chicken or something.
I wish. If we call Popeye's chicken, I'm getting boneless.
Okay.
We're ringing. We're ringing.
Hello, Popeyes.
Hold on, we are ringing right now.
Hello.
Hi, is this Joe Hendry, sir?
It is indeed.
He
appears. All right, I said his name and he appears.
I'll tell you what magic.
It's not just a gimmick. The
so
thing
good,
works.
Yes.
Oh, my God. First off and foremost, dude, thank you for gracing us to being on this program right now. I know we have to make it fast. I know you don't have a lot of time. But you are, without question, sir, the hottest thing in professional wrestling right now. And I thank you for taking time out of your ridiculously busy schedule for being on my program tonight, sir. Thank you. First off,
that's all right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. I love you. I've loved you with every entrance I've ever seen you do because, by the way, whoever's playing at home, this is Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears, and we believe in Joe Hendry. However, his lineage before, when he's wrestled in many companies, he has also had outstanding videos and music. He's a great singer. He's now charting on the UK charts right now with, I believe, in Joe Hendry, that's the theme song. You are a musician at heart and a pro wrestler. How did that work out for you? How did that happen?
Professional wrestling was what I wanted to do. When I was a teenager, I didn't really know how to do it. I just thought I was too small to be a wrestler, which is kind of funny now because, I for a long time only wrestled people smaller than me. But I didn't think I was big enough to be a wrestler. I didn't understand that if you eat a certain amount of calories and work out and look after yourself, that you can change your body composition. So I decided, right, well, I can't be a wrestler, so second favorite thing would be to be a musician. So from the age of 15 to 24, I want to say, 25, I just, all I did was write songs and learn about songwriting and performed live and, and did thousands of shows and gigs and, didn't quite get to where I thought I might have, but I got to a point where I was like, right, I'm about to turn 25. If I'm going to do this wrestling thing, I have to just do it right now. I think I owe it to myself to at least try. I made a deal with myself on New Year's Eve going into 2013, and I said, as of tomorrow, you are a professional wrestler, and here we are.
Well, thank God you made that deal, sir. Thank God you made that deal because, first off, another thing that we need to discuss, we got to meet you, me and Johnny Vegas, who's on my program. We got to meet you when TNA came to Albany. We were in Albany, New York. We got to meet you on stage. We did that whole entrance thing, and you came out, and we shook your hands and everything. By the way, one of the most delightful gentlemen I've ever gotten to meet, and professional, and it's great because, come on, there are some wrestlers that are, assholes. And then there are other wrestlers who are not. You are not one, sir. So thank you for being that gracious.
I've still got time.
You still got time to grow into one, absolutely. We can, wait till you win the world title and you're like, I don't want to talk to them. I'm Joe Hendry.
Can't wait.
Can't wait till that happens. However, right now, though, you are feasibly one of the biggest things. And let me point out, I was just talking before we tried to figure out how to use your phone. We were talking about how what you're doing, working stuff with NXT right now and doing a program with Gallus, is groundbreaking stuff because you are a contracted TNA wrestler. You are taking on next week Joe Coffey, one of the Gallus boys, at the Great American Bash on NXT. You're still also in the title hunt. I know that everything with Josh Alexander that's going on, that blows my mind. Josh Alexander, friend of this show, just kicked you in the ding-dong at, Slammiversary, which made no sense to us. He still really hasn't told everybody why he took it upon himself to kick you in the ding-dong and kind of take you out of the equation for the title match at Slammiversary. So you have all these things going on. How are you holding up? Do you realize what you're doing is, like, to the wrestling business, or at least to the fans, the marks, the smart marks, and everybody else?
He's Deadpool. He's Deadpool.
Well, that's the thing. He's TNA Jesus right now. He's everything. You're everywhere, doing everything. Do you realize what you're doing? Do you realize all the groundbreaking things that you're doing right now, and how do you feel about that?
Well, the way that it's been is my song was released on April 29th. Ever since my song came out, it has been all go. I have not had a single day off since then. So it's just been all happening so fast that all I've really been able to do is just give my best with whatever I have, So I've mentioned on other interviews that as well as I'm doing TNA, as you say, I'm contracted to TNA. They are graciously allowing me to appear on NXT, and they've worked out an arrangement where I can train at the Performance Center. So I'm doing that. I'm doing indies and signings as well. So I would have to say I think I'm certainly in conversation for one of the busiest pro wrestlers in the world.
Absolutely. Yes. And how are you orchestrating all this right now? How are you fitting this all into your schedule? Because you are doing a lot, my friend.
Yeah, it's so I counted it up, and at one point I had 26 bookings in a 6-week period, as well as training at the Performance Center. So
wow. Now you are signed to TNA for your contract's not up or anything, right? You're staying with TNA, am I correct?
I am signed to TNA Wrestling, and it's the length of time that I have left in my deal is confidential information.
Okay, cool. Because the only thing is, I would like to see you. I know you're now, you got kicked in the ding-dong. Josh Alexander is keeping you away from the world title picture right now. So why not move over and you take on Ethan Page in NXT? Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, bing, bang, boom. You become the NXT World Champion, and then you go defend it on TNA programming.
Do you think I'm the type of person to let things go down the way they did at Slammiversary and just go, okay, I'll just, take a step back from the TNA World title? No. All this stuff is awesome, but my goal is to be the TNA World Champion.
Okay. Well, that's good. I know. I understand. I believe in Joe Hendry. I've been singing this song. I've been driving everyone nuts singing this song. Let me tell you, I understand if someone kicks Joe Hendry in the ding-dong and, screws him out of being the World Heavyweight Champion, I know that person, Josh Alexander, is going to have hell to pay. I know that you're coming for the walking weapon, and when you go through the walking weapon, you will then move on to the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, who's Nick Nemeth right now. You will eventually main event one of these shows, and you will become World Heavyweight Champion. I have no doubt about that. I think that...
Well, you know more than me, my friend. You know more than me, my friend, if you know all that.
Look, some people can say I'm psychic. It happens from time to time, sir. That's what I'm saying. By the way, we're talking to the one and only Joe Hendry, soon to be TNA World Heavyweight Champion. That's just my prediction. But he is also, next week, he is taking on Joe Coffey at NXT Great American Bash, night number 2, which is week number 2, technically. And he will be on the Sci-Fi Channel wrestling Joe Coffey on NXT programming. It's hard to get all these letters out because there's so much stuff going on.
It's not a championship?
No, it's pretty much just bragging rights. It's another guy, just like when he's done kicking the crap out of Josh Alexander, Mr. Hendry is going to move on to the... before that, he's going to kick the crap out of Coffey.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey. I've got Chipotle waiting here. Is this an interview or is it story time? Which one is it? Let's go.
It's a little bit of both. I'm sorry your beans are getting cold, sir. I'll finish up. I know you like to eat.
Hey, no. I'm not saying finish up, but we were getting into it was a little monologue we were getting into there.
Well,
we got to mention what's up next.
I don't know what that.
Mention what's up next.
Let's ask. Would you like to ask us a question? Let's move it around. We'll make it crazy for you.
What is next for you?
What is next for Joe Hendry? Go ahead. You tell me. Besides your guacamole that you're going to dip your chips in, what is next for Joe Hendry?
There's no chips for me. The only chips I can have right now is Quest protein chips. They're not real chips, but they're pretty damn close. Also, mildly allergic to avocados, so no guacamole.
Oh.
Devastating. But I will tell you what is next. It is TNA Wrestling in Tampa, Florida, at the Florida State Fairgrounds on Friday and Saturday. Whoa. You will see what I'm going to do to continue my quest to become TNA World Champion.
Aha.
By the way, this interview now sponsored by Chipotle, which is nice.
There you go.
Minus the avocados, no guacamole.
I don't even need money from Chipotle. Just the free food. I will tell you though. It's I ordered double meat and it's like 1.4 meat, and I'm getting pretty heated about it. I really don't want to be that guy that takes it to social media, but I'm getting close.
Well, look, if you need help, sir, I do have a guy who owns a Mexican truck, a food truck. We have Johnny Vegas right here. If you want better than Chipotle, he will triple the meat.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, if you need that ever, you just tell us. You say his name, and he appears.
And
okay?
He cooks.
And then he cooks.
Will do.
All right, thank you about that.
Will do.
All right.
Johnny, did you know there's a UK comedian called Johnny Vegas? Did you know that?
Nah, I'm trying to open up a restaurant in the UK. Trying to bring our Mexican food to the UK. And
if you call it Johnny Vegas, though, people will think it's the UK comedian.
There you go.
There you go. No, I don't want to get in trouble.
And then you get Joe Hendry to be the spokesperson, and he goes, "I like triple meat, bing bang boom, and screw avocados." That would work.
Perfect.
It would work.
Yeah, it could work.
All right, so you're in Tampa this weekend. What's the next big pay-per-view for TNA?
Bound for Glory.
So I'll tell you what. Since you ask, let me read out the dates, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is the TNA schedule. We got the TNA schedule for you right here. So we're doing Tampa, August 2nd and 3rd. We got Emergence in Louisville, Kentucky, August 30th and 31st for the Aftermath. We've got Victory Road, September 13th. TV the next day as well. Both of them are in San Antonio, Texas. We then have Spartanburg on September 27th and 28th. And we have in Fayetteville, North Carolina, we've got November 8th and 9th. And, we've got some other dates to add to that, but those are the ones we got right now.
Well, for more information, go to TNAWrestling.com.
We've been selling out. Yeah, TNAWrestling.com/event. We've been selling out non-stop. We sold out in Chicago, Philadelphia, and Montreal back to back to back. So let's keep it going, people.
Damn right. It's been out. By the way, TNA pulls off some of the best wrestling that your money can be spent on.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
tell you, we sat there, we did a 2-night event, we did the pay-per-view, and we did the next night. And let me tell you, do a 2-nighter. If you're in Tampa, do both nights. If you're at any of these events, the Emergence and the Victory Road, or even Bound for Glory, when that's coming around, do both nights. Definitely worth it. Do the pay-per-view and then do a taping. It's well worth it. You get to see total nonstop action. Definitely they don't the screw around with the name. TNA is definitely worth the price of admission and everything, right, Johnny?
Yeah. So now that
Yeah,
you're,
I think.
sorry, continue.
Sorry, carry on, Johnny.
No, so now that you're doing the Forbidden Door, NXT, you're representing TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Who are your dream wrestlers you want to face? We're talking about. You said it to Shawn Michael. Anytime, any place, any brand, any show.
After he finishes his Chipotle.
Who are you looking for?
So the match I'm looking for right now is versus Nick Nemeth for the TNA World title.
Yes.
Perfect.
Across in WWE, the match I'm looking for is John Cena.
If we don't get Cena in WrestleMania with John Hendry, we riot.
No, because it's not John Henry, it's Joe Hendry.
Wait, no.
Now you're gonna have two. You're gonna have two TNA wrestlers that hate you. Moose hates you, and now Joe Henry's gonna hate you.
Moose hates me because he's
Why
from.
does Moose hate him?
Moose hates him because he started talking shit about his college and where Moose played college ball. And we literally, when we were in Albany, me and Moose were talking about, and he was trying to find John in the seats, in the stands, and he did see him at one point, and he did give him a dirty look and maybe a middle finger off camera, because he knew that he hated him. Now, I don't need you getting heat over here with Joe Hendry.
No smoke.
No smoke, please, because Joe Hendry will beat the crap out of you. He's very strong. He has double meat on his Chipotle. He's very strong.
And we can't help you.
Yeah, and I've heard he's as tough. I've heard he's as tough as John Hendry as well.
Yeah, John Henry cannot hold a candle to Joe Hendry. Let me point that out to you.
So John Cena, that's good.
All
That's
right,
good,
cool. I'll take that. Yeah.
All right, so let me just point out John Cena, not John Hendry. John Cena and Joe Hendry would be a dream match, but the better match to me would be the one where you beat Nick Nemeth and you become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I hope I'm sitting front row center for when that happens, sir.
That would be awesome.
Now, is there any chance of TNA, because they're doing a lot of international pay-per-views, any chance of going to Scotland, going to your hometown?
We were in Scotland for the last UK tour. We'd love to go back. I'm sure the fans would love it also. It'd be very cool. Always open to that.
There you go. So when he's the world champion, when Joe Hendry is the world champion, not John, when Joe Hendry's the world champion in Scotland defending the title, that's going to be, I'm telling you.
I will go to
amazing.
Scotland. I will perfectly take him to the local pub, and I'll owe him a pint.
You're going to order him a pint? How about some nice fish and chips? No?
No.
You're not going to do that?
Just some pints, a couple pints.
You called the guy the wrong name. You're lucky he doesn't bitch slap you. I'm just saying.
What about coming to New York and being the king of New York?
He can be the king of New York. This man is, right now, he's the prize of all pro wrestling.
Exactly.
And he comes to New York City.
He's loved everywhere. Come to New York. Be the king of New York. Come kick some ass over here.
Yes, please, Joe Hendry. Please come. Joe, I'm going to let you finish your Chipotle, sir. I know you're in a rush. I know that we screwed up the phones in the beginning, but we got it done. The same way with Tommy Davidson. We screwed up the phones.
Got it done.
But we got it done. I got to speak to the hottest thing going on in pro wrestling, sir. Thank you for gracing my program. Enjoy your Chipotle. I hope to God they didn't give you any guacamole, and I hope that you and your double meat are having a good night. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. Take care, buddy.
For more information,
good luck.
For more information, TNAWrestling.com. There you go. That just blew me the fuck away because that was not booked. And that just happened, and that's amazing that we had
Anything can happen.
That's us.
Let me
Anything
tell you.
happen.
Let me tell you right now. That's reality radio at its finest. For anyone that's looking around and going, "Oh, why should we hire the ham radio show?" I don't know. Back-to-back, humongous fucking guests. I don't know. Both interviews done well. We had fun. They had fun. Who are these people? I'll tell you who we are. The Uncrowned Kings of Reality Radio. We are the Ham Radio Show. I ham Radio Jesus. We get it done because that's what we do. You hear that, people on Rumble? Do you hear that? Back-to-back, Tommy Davidson, comedy legend, and Joe Hendry. Done. That's what we do. What time is it, Billy? Should we take the break now, get ready for, and then we come back and we'll have the Nova Scotia
And
Know-It-All,
he'll be on.
and then we'll do WTF News. We'll
Right.
try to regroup. I'm still waiting for Ravenwood Media to get here as well. We have tons of shit going on. Who knows what's going to happen? Because we sure as fuck don't know.
just
But
missed
we
us.
still get it done.